All right, we are back to the next one, right? So I think that when you press on this go next, you need to go back to another page, right? So it means that we need to have different pages. So hey, I'm going to here. Let me delete this page. I'm going to move it to recycle bin. All right. So home screen. I have my home screen. That's going to be my page one. But then because it's a home page, right? I don't need to be stateful widgets, right? I'm going to click on this and say convert to stateless widget. All right, let's just clean everything. I'm just changing it, but there are a lot of things that I need to do. I don't want to be explaining those things again. So I will just state, let's click on it, and I'm going to have stateless widgets. What I'm going to enter um home screen. Yeah, I'm calling it home screen basically. And this thing, we know where it is coming from. We need to import it. If it's not coming for you, please, you have to type everything from scratch, hand by hand, and check it out. Or have it as a format somewhere. So let's scaffold. You can keep the format somewhere. So I have scaffold, right? And then, so yeah, of course, I'm going to reproduce this thing I have here. Okay. If I refresh now, I don't know what that means. So I have my app bar here. The first one should be app bar. So app bar, yes. So I'm going to say title. So the title is going to be a test, and that test is going to be page one as usual. And then are we going to center the title? Center title is going to be true, and then background color. Let me change the color so that it's going to be colors dot not yellow, yellow, green, uh, violet, amber. That's amber. It's almost like yellow, orange. Hmm. Did I use red? What colors are there? I don't know why my brain colors are red. Colors dot red. You see that should add a shade, right? This one you can add any shade that you want. Shade of 100. So let me see. Home screen. Yeah, I have home capital S screen. It's not my main is home capital S screen. So I'm going back there. Home capital S screen. So I need to change this one too. Then all the issues is solved. Uh let's restart. Let's restart. Let's restart everything. Capital R. Then it's on page one. Oh, my buttons, they are gone, right? So let's quickly do that. This is the app bar. We are done with the app bar. We need to go to the body, right? So for body, we said body. And for body, what do we do? We use center, right? We centered everything. And then in that center, see for every two of them, I'm adding comma, right? For the center should have a chart. Right? And that chart should just be a row. Right? And that row, so these are, so I need to edit this thing. That row contains to, let me say, main axis alignment. So just to tell the row how to arrange the children, I'm going to provide dots space evenly. Yeah, I remember we use space evenly. Now let's apply the children. Okay. So we're going to be children, and that children is going to be a list. Let me put a comma at the end before I open it up. Let me open it up and add the first one is going to be go go a go back button, right? So it's going to be text button. Should I use let me use elevator button this time? Or we use text button. Okay, so let me just text button. So it's here, and that text button is going to contain this stuff. Let me go into the next line for each of them and putting comma at the end. All right, and then it's going to have a star, and that star is going to be button star, comma, and the button star is going to contain a background color. and background color is going to be widget state property dot right, and I'm giving it colors dot yellow. Yeah, I think the first one we give it yellow, and that yellow I'm coming to end this with this, right. Now we go to onPress. The onPress function was marking, right, and then the chart of the text message on the button. The text message on the button, and that text is going to be go back and it. So this is the button one of the children. It's inside the children directory, right? This is button one. I'm going to copy it, right? I'm copying that text button that I've written first and pasting it here. So this is going to be um, go next button. The go next button, I'm just going to change this one to go next. And I remember for the color, we didn't use yellow, we use green. Yeah. So that's what we did for that. I'm doing our yes. So I have go back, go next, go back, go next. They are all back now. All right. Now, if you press on this button, you want to go to the next page. So it means I need to have my pages, right? I'm going to copy everything here, right? Because almost all the pages are going to be the same. Control A, go copy. I'm going here, right? Inside the lib, I'm going to create a new screen called home home 2 dot that. I'm going to call it home 2 dot that. I'm going to paste it. And this one, I'm going to call it home screen 2. It shouldn't be the same name like the other one. So home screen 2, right? And I'm going to the page, so we call it page 2. That's all. Page 2. Yeah, page 2 is going to be this one. Let me, yeah, or should we just try 2 for now? Let's try 2 buttons for now. So let me add another screen. Home 3 dot that. Let me paste the same thing, right? So I'm going to call it page 3, home screen 3, and here to home screen 3. All right, so all these things are ready. So now this is what we are going to do. We are going to home screen again. This is the one that is showing here, right? Among all the screens, if you go to the main, the one we are supplying is home screen. So when you start the app, the home screen will come first, because we see the main will have to take the first app that we need to submit among the list of screen that we have. So this is our first screen. Now what we want to do is that when you press on go next, we need to go to the other page, right? So now inside this curly bracket, I'm going to open it up. This is where we are going to move to the next page. That's what we are going to do. Move to screen, home screen 2, right? Home screen 2. Okay, so now to move to a screen, right? We are going to call something called navigator, right? That use something called Flutter use something called navigator. Is that navigator that will be helping us to navigate between pages. It's going to help us navigate between pages. And as the name says, right, we need to call it, or yeah, we don't need to go and it's also another widget. The simple widget that will still always also be calling here. All right. So to do that, we go to remember what we are doing. So the button that you need to press to go to that page, you go to that function. So we are going to call various functions, right? So this is navigator. Going to navigator, right? Now dot is follow the dot method. Dot push. Let me open this one. And then remember, when we are inside the function, we end every statement with uh, how do you call it, semicolon. But when we're outside, we are not inside a function, writing function, you end statement with comma. Every widget needs to be ended with comma. that's the end of widget, right? But if you are writing, we are inside a function, you are writing functions, right? Statements are going to like dark language, the actual dark language that we learned, and there is a semicolon, right? Now, in the navigator.push, we have something called context. So if you look at the build function, you see the build function comes with a context, right? Context is like, I want you to consider it to see like the name context, right? It's like the current situation or state of the app, the current area where the app is. Context always holds that. So if you are in that particular context, you need to work with that context, right? Meaning where you are. This one helps to know where the thing. I remember we say that we are having child, children, mother, father relationship. So we are creating a tree. At every point in time, actions are taking place at various places. If you click on this button, right, the action is going to happen here, right? So it's going to move to another page. So the context needs to be following so that the app will know where you are at a point. So right, we are going to do actions using that context mostly. So this navigator.pop really is one that needs that context. The very first argument that you need to pass is context argument, right? And then I told you we need to be putting it in context. The next one. Then the next one, another argument that we need to pass. We just pass navigator.push. Right now, that's what we do. But then we need material page route. We have material page routes here. So we call it, yeah. So you need a material page route here, and it comes with a builder, right? We let me see. Let me. We don't need to. Yeah, this is a placeholder as well, right? So how does it work? How does it work? When you are moving between one page to the next, and then you have to know that we have to use two things. We use navigator, right? Navigator.push, and that navigator.push contains context. You have to pass it the context first. It's very important. After you pass it the context, then you now have to do the builder thing. All right. How does the builder work? We have to. It's also a widget, right? So a widget and use a comma, right? Now let's expand this builder thing as usual, like how we used to do, and then we are going to inside the builder we open a small brackets, we call it context. Yeah, we pass the same context here. That context is very important. Then we call the screen that we are going to arrow pointing to the screen that we are going to is home screen 2. So you have to select it so that it will do the auto import for you. We talked about this already. So this is what's happening. This is how to do the structure. We are pushing. So navigator of push. We have navigator of pop and all that. But right now we are seeing looking at navigator of push. We are going to a particular page. So we need to call the push function, the push method. And that push method means you need to pass the context first. After that, you write material page route. And that material page route is a widget, right? Inside it. And then that material page route will contain an argument called builder. And against that builder, you pass the context again, and then you point to the screen you are going to. So this is how to, if you want to move to another screen, you need this. You need this to move to another screen, right? So let's see what it's in action. So let me R. So right now we are on page 1, right? I'm going to go next. I press on it. You see, I'm on page 2, and there's this arrow coming. So I click on this arrow, I go back. I click on this arrow, I go back. But now I'm not on page 1. If I click on go next to see where I am, I'm on page 2. For page 2, the go next, we haven't set it for page 2. That's why nothing is happening. Yes, right? If I go to home 2, right now, for the home 2, is go back, is go next function is empty. You see that it is empty. That's why nothing is happening. So this go next for the page 2. But let's go back to our home 1. Right, this is the home screen. But for the home screen, we have been able to the go next. The go next function is what we have here, moving it. So if you are moving to do navigator.push, and then it's going to do um, how do you call it? Uh, put this thing at the back. Click on go next. Now this arrow helps you to go back quickly. So whenever you are doing the push, you click on this, go to the next page. You see the arrow. It means that, oh, this arrow is giving you a hint that there's a page behind. So you can quickly click on this and go back. Click on this, click on this and go back. So then why do we need this thing? So sometimes you don't need this. This thing comes automatically if you are just on every page. It comes automatically on every page. This back arrow. But there are some applications that you don't want the arrow to show automatically. But then you want it to the user to follow using the button that you want to use whenever you go back, right? So what we have to do is that now let me go to um, go back. So but before that, the screen that we are going to is page 2, right? So let's go to page 2. Now where's page 2? Now you go to the up bar side, right? So now automatically imply leading go. Let's set it to false. Let's set it to false, right? So did you see what I did? You go back inside the up bar side, right? Because the arrow always comes to the up bar. So right now it is here up bar. Inside the up bar, we're saying another argument is like automatically imply leading. This one I'm going to say false, right? If I set it to false, that arrow will not come again. That arrow will not come again. So let me do R. So that arrow will not come again, right? Let me start the whole app again. We are now on page 1, right? Go next. I'm now on page 2, but you see the arrow is no more coming for me to press again. If I press on go back, it's not doing anything because on that page 2 I haven't set the go back function yet. So I'll go next. Go next. So let's go to page 2 and then do we are already on page 2 here, and at page 2 we are saying that when the arrow wants to come, don't bring it. That's automatically done. We don't want it. Say false, right? That's what's going to happen. You don't do that, then you need to provide a way of going back. Sometimes you don't need to go back based on how you build your application. So now inside the go back functions, like the function here, I'll open it, go back. So what will happen? We are going to call navigator, right? Because the one that navigator dot pop, you need to pass with the context. That's all. For the pop, this is all it needs. This single line, all it needs. So when you press this button, right? So let me restart hot reload. I'm starting from page 1, right? Page 1 now, right? So we are starting the whole app. So I'm going to go back, for example, for page 1, there's nothing there. But go next. You see, it takes me to page 2. Normally, because of the push I did, it's supposed to show an arrow. But on this page, we have rejected this not to show the arrow automatically. That arrow allows to go back, but we have rejected it. It means that we are providing another way of going back, which is using our button. And that's the button here. And that button function contains this. So it's going to click on this. This is the one that will take you back, that's taking us back. But this is happening. We are popping it up. So we are going next. We are on this page, right? This go next for this page. We haven't set anything here. You see, we haven't set anything for this page 2. This is page 2 code over here, right? You see, I'm on home 2. The code for go next is not there. If I press it, nothing is happening, but nothing has been given, right? But if I go back, right, you see the go back has contains the pop. So I'm doing go back, go back. Now, let me go to home 1. Do you think that we need to provide a go back for home 1? Is there anything? This home 1 was not coming from any page, right? So what happened is that whenever you do push, this page will be there. This page 1 will be there. What is actually happening is that the page 2 is coming to is covering the face of this one. So it's they form like a layer, a bed, right? Where one sleep over the other. One sleep over the other. When you click on go next, right? So the actual thing that happened is that page 1 is at the back of this page 2. It's actually hidden behind. And this page 2 came to cover it. That's why page 2 came to cover it. When you click on go back, we are just removing that one and then going see what is below it. If you click on go next, we are bringing a new one to come and see the face. So come and cover the page one, right? If you click on go back on page two, we are going to cover, we are going to the one that is already was already behind. Now, but this is the very starting page. This is the starting page. There's nothing behind this page one. There's no page behind this page one. So if you click on go back and you go there and you set it, right? Let's go to home screen for the go next. This is go next, we set it, right? Let's go to go back for the, this is the go back, going back for the page one. So what's going to happen? Let's see what is going to happen, right? If we remove this one, right, and pop it, um, going back on page one function. So let me say navigator, navigator dot pop, and only pass the context. So what's going to happen, right? Let me start the page. Let's do the normal start. At page one, you can go next. You go to page two, you can go back now. When coming back to page one, you can go. And this one has carried going back. Now we are on page one. We have seen that okay, page one, we want to go back again. Let's see what will happen. Blank. Because page one was not having anything below it. Behind it. It is the starting page. It is the starting page. This is something that you need to keep in mind of where you are in the page, right? So you control when to go back or not. The page that we were having, the page one, is the starting page. If you remove that one too, it's going to have a blank surface, and this is going to be an error to the users. So you have to keep in mind where your page are, whether something is behind it or not, right? So let me restart everything. Yeah, there's an error. Forget this error. We are restarting everything to have this page one, right? So this going back will give us a blank page. I'm going to next. If you go to page two, yes, safely, there's no problem. Go back, no problem. From page two, let's go to page three, right? I'm going to page two. Let's head to page three. For go next on page two, let me open it up. I'm just going to home screen, and then where are you? Copy how I did this setting. I did the setting I did. I'm just going to copy this, going to home two, paste it. I mean, from here, let's go to home three, right? From page two. So let me go to home screen three, right? I'm going to import it. It's done. You click on the option that comes and then it will automatically do the import for you. So if you go to the top here, the home screen three has been imported. That's why we had to select it to make it faster. All right. All right. So let me restart the whole app on page one. So page one, I click on go next. I go to page two. I click on go next. Go next. I go to page three. You see the arrow came for page three because on page three we didn't automatically reject it, right? On page three, it is still here. In the app bar, we didn't automatically reject it. The arrow to appear. Maybe I click on this going back, it will work, right? Going back. Right now, this go back. We haven't for page three, we didn't set the navigator or put inside it, right? For go back, it's still empty. That's why if you click on it, nothing will happen, right? So I can set it and leave the arrow as well. I want to leave the arrow and also set this one to navigator navigator dot pop context. Whenever you are going back, you are just copying the context, right? Removing this one from it. So I'm doing capital R again. Page one. So we go page two, we go page three. This one is here. I can press this to go back, press this to go next, but I'm going to go back from here to again, go back here again. If I click on this one, there will be an error. We know why page one we are clicking going back and we are getting an error. So for page one, which is the home screen, I don't need this thing. I don't need this go back function. Right? Where is it? So this go back function, I'm coming to comment it out for page one. So that the user don't even give user the options. Don't even give them the option. Let it not appear on the screen. Don't even allow it to appear on the screen. So I have just to go next. If I click on it, I go to page two. There are two buttons. Go back. This one only go next. If you allow another button, user will go and go back and then there will be error. Don't even allow that. Go next. Page two, you have go back and go next. I click on this, go back and go next. Then page three, depending on what you want to do, I can keep this. Right? I don't want to keep this automatic. If you don't want to keep it, you have to go to home, the app bar of the home, that particular home, and then I'm saying automatically, implying this is going to be false, right? So we go again. So that arrow is gone, so I can just go back. Hey, you see it's not here. Go next, go next, and that arrow is no more there. Go next. After page 2, there's nothing. We are not going to any page again. So all we are going to see is okay. So what we've done so far is using navigator.push, right? Now I want to talk about another thing. This navigator.push replacement. Navigator dot push replacement. This one. So what is happening with the push is that the original page, the starting page will be there, the page 2 will come and sleep on it. But if you are doing push replacement, is that the original page will leave, and then the one that is replacing will come and take over. There's not going to be anything behind it, right? So that's what I want to show over here. So push replacement. We did push first, now we are doing push replacement. Based on what you want to do, you have to keep in mind whether you are removing or not. So you see go next, page 1, go next, right? Now push replacement has happened. Right, so right now page 1 is not going to be below this page 2. This page 2 didn't come to cover anything. You did push replacement, so page 1 is not even going to be there at the first place. So on this page 2, if I click on go back, right, it's going to pop, right? If it pops, nothing is going to be there. It's going to be blank, because with push replacement, the original page is not waiting for, or it's not under the one that you got. So it's actually totally gone. So it's going to be an error. If you don't understand what you are doing, you'll be giving errors and you don't understand why the thing is not working. But the concept is that with push replacement, you are removing the original page. But with just push, you are, let me restart the whole stuff, restart the whole app, and see, we are starting again. So if I press on this, it's page 2, go back, right? Go next, and go back. I can go next, right? And go back. Go page 2 is doing push, not push replacement, right? That's why if I go back for the page 2, it's still coming back, because if you are doing push, the page 2 is not going. Page push is just saying push another one onto me. That's what is going to happen here. But from page 1 to page 2, we did push replacement for page on page 1. So when it came to page 2, you go back again, the page 1 was not there, so there will be an error. So you have to know when to use your push replacement or push. That's what we have here. So these two are the very important, allow you to push page navigations.